Hello everybody, this is Tim here again, here with a really late review for Wonder Woman. This movie's been out for a while, so I'll kind of keep this review quick. For anybody who's watching my reviews, you know what I think about the DC films thus far, but just to lay it out there, I judge my movies from 1 to 4 stars. I thought Batman vs. Superman, the theatrical cut, was a good movie. Not great, it didn't blow me away or nothing. It was kind of average. But I thought it was good. Deserved nowhere near the bad reviews it got. The Ultimate Cut, I thought was great. Easily 4-star film. I had a really great time with that one. Suicide Squad had a lot of problems, and I can see why a lot of people would hate it. But I can also see why a lot of people would like it. For me personally, it was like a big cartoon, like comic book on screen coming to life. I had a blast just watching it. I just thought it was a lot of fun. Um, and then Man of Steel, before I forget about Man of Steel, I think that's their best film. I thought it was an awesome movie. My problem with the DC movies so far is I have really enjoyed them, but I thought they could have been a little bit sharper. I felt like they suffered from being rushed too much, other than Man of Steel. With Wonder Woman here, this is just my personal opinion. If you like the movie, cool. If you hate it, great. Whatever. It doesn't really matter. I'm not into the whole DC versus Marvel thing. I couldn't give a rat's ass about it. I like both. Anybody who watches my channel knows I like both. I have every DVD of Marvel, every Blu-ray of Marvel, every Blu-ray of DC. Same shit, different day, whatever. I don't care about fan war nerd shit. But anyway. But as far as it goes for this movie, this is an awesome film. I like it slightly more than Man of Steel. I feel like DC has kind of learned from their mistakes here and took their time, not rushed this one like they have the others, and just kind of let the story play out more and just wrote a good script without trying to rush it or overstuff it with references and stuff and build up. I feel like that really benefited this movie. Gal Gadot really surprised me in this film. I thought she was going to be good, but honestly, she was great. Best thing in the damn movie. I love how the movie starts out with them mascara. It's just like the comic. Steve Trevor washes to shore. Gal Gadot finds out about a war on the mainland. She thinks it's Ares, and so she wants to go stop Ares. I love the twist at the end of the movie where she thought this sword she had was a god killer sword, like a magic sword, but really she's the god killer. I really like that twist, and I did not see that coming. Maybe other people did. Maybe I'm just a dumb shit. I don't know. But either way, I like that twist. Any kind of problems with the movie? The movie could have been paced just a little bit better. It runs a little bit long, I think. And I thought that not Ares, he was great. He's my favorite villain of DC films so far. But the two like Nazi villains, the one guy he kind of serves his purpose because he's like an Ares fake out. But the chick Dr. Poison, I thought she was just kind of there. I didn't hate her, didn't love her. She was just just fine, just fine. No mind blow or anything. She was just kind of there. Other than that, I really like the ending where Chris Pine sacrifices himself to like get rid of these chemicals or whatever, showing, I love just like the anti-war message of this movie. I really enjoy that. And he sacrificed himself, and I really felt for his character. Him and Gal Gadot had great chemistry together and romance-wise. I thought this film would be overhyped, but when I watched it, I really enjoyed it. I can see why critics would like this more than Batman vs. Superman and stuff like that. Unlike Batman vs. Superman, the tone here is balanced. It's balanced. It's neither too light nor too dark. It's just like right in the middle. It's just right. When it needs to be dark, it's dark. When it needs to be light, it's fun. They have moments of levity when it needs to be there. This movie's balanced, whereas Batman vs. Superman was just straight darkness, like going to a funeral, and that's what I liked about it. But that's going to turn a lot of people off, especially when it's supposed to be a movie about Batman and Superman fighting, and people don't want to. The average audience member just does not want like political debates and shit like that in a movie about two guys punching each other. They don't. They want to mostly just see Batman and Superman throw down. And that movie was about a lot more than that. So it's going to bore a lot of mainstream audiences, like really bad. And it's not going to be what critics are expecting at all. But with this film, this movie is a crowd pleaser and a critic pleaser. This is exactly what you would want in a Wonder Woman movie. It gives fans exactly what they would want, exactly what they need. It's funny when it needs to be. It's cool when it needs to be. It's dark when it needs to be. It's perfectly balanced. If DC can keep up this tonal balance and ride this wave and just keep going with this, and from the looks of the Justice League trailer, they're giving it the exact same tone as Wonder Woman, they're going to have no problems with critics again, ever. I feel like they found their tone with this movie, and they're not going to have any problems whatsoever with critics again. Now, do I give a shit about critic opinions? No, I don't. If I like a movie, I like it. That's just it. That's the end of it. I don't give a rat's ass. But as far as like critics goes, I feel like DC is going to be on the right track from now on with them. Not that I care, but for people that do, I feel like they're going to win over critics from now on. They're going for more critic and crowd pleaser movies now. which is fine. So yeah, all in all, this is an awesome movie. It really surprised me. I had a lot of fun with it. I thought it was, as far as comparing it to the other movies, other DC films, I thought it was slightly better than Man of Steel, just slightly, because I felt like it held together better, the story-wise, and the story was more interesting to me than the one in Man of Steel, even though I still thought Man of Steel was awesome. And plus, as much as I like Superman, sorry about that, I don't think he's a great character. I never have. I think Superman's a good character, but I've never really found the character of Superman, like, honestly, super interesting. He's never really blown me away. Once you get past his origin story, he's just kind of, I don't know, he's just a little bland to me, Superman is. That's why I've always been more of a Batman guy. This movie, easily script-wise, is way better than Suicide Squad. Even though I really like Suicide Squad, it had a lot of problems, and I can see why somebody wouldn't like it. This movie is also only slightly better than Batman vs. Superman. It's just a different tone and different style. But yeah, I really only think it's slightly better than the Ultimate Cut of Batman vs. Superman. Honestly, not much better than the Ultimate Cut. And I love the ending of this movie, how it like wraps back up with her getting the picture that Bruce Wayne has that was in Batman vs. Superman. I love that. And it pretty much ends showing that she's working at this museum as a curator now or whatever after the war stopped. After she's killed Ares in a cool battle at the end with Ares using psychic telekinesis and shit, making stuff fly at her. That was cool. And then like I said, the wraparound where and then she like lunges towards the screen as Wonder Woman, like showing how badass she is. That was great. Great way to end it. But yeah, I've enjoyed each of the DC movies so far. This is the best because I feel, not because of tone-wise. I don't care if you want to make a movie super bleak or super dark. That's fine with me. But in all honesty, that's not going to be good for general audiences. Because most general audiences want fun when they see a comic book movie. They really don't want, like, super dark and talks about angels and devils and demons like Batman vs. Superman was talking about. That's just not what people are looking for in these films. It's not, especially in a Batman fighting Superman movie. It's just not. That's not going to appeal to the masses. But it appeals to me. I thought the Batman vs. Superman Ultimate Cut was great. But I do feel like Batman vs. Superman and Man of Steel and Suicide Squad especially. Suicide Squad is the one that suffered the most. It has the most script problems. But I still thought it was great because I had a great time with it. I thought it was great entertainment. It's not really a great movie, but it's a great popcorn flick. It's a lot of fun. It's like a Michael Bay movie, except a better Michael Bay movie. It's a lot of fun. The cast was good, except for the Enchantress, who was just terrible. But that's not on Cara Delevingne, though. The movie her character is just such a hard sell. But yeah, this is the best of the DC movies so far, followed by Man of Steel, then Batman vs. Superman Ultimate Cut, then Suicide Squad, and then Batman vs. Superman, the theatrical cut. I put Suicide Squad before the Batman vs. Superman theatrical cut because I feel like a lot of the meat in the theatrical cut was cut out of the story, and I feel like the Ultimate Cut just plays way better, at least for me personally. And, well, evidently for the majority, because the people that like the movie really liked the Ultimate Cut better. But yeah, all in all, I thought this was an awesome movie. It's my favorite superhero movie of the year so far. It was better than Spider-Man, better than Guardians of the Galaxy 2. And from the looks of the Justice League trailer, it looks like DC's probably going to win the year of comic book movies because neither one of the Marvel movies we've gotten this year have been great. And I'm not trying to make this a Marvel versus DC thing. I'm just saying, if people can point out when Marvel wins a year, I can point out when DC is going to win a year. And I've liked both of those Marvel films. I thought Spider-Man Homecoming was a good movie. It just wasn't great, but it was good. Guardians of the Galaxy 2, I liked better than Spider-Man. I thought it was pretty good, not great. But yeah, from the looks of the Justice League trailer, that movie's going to be fucking awesome. But yeah, all in all, I feel like DC is kind of dominant this year with the press and stuff they got from Wonder Woman and how awesome Justice League looks. If Justice League delivers on those trailers, DC is going to be the fucking king of the year this year. Of course, Marvel's going to be the king of next year, which I believe is when Infinity War comes out, and that movie should be badass as all hell. Only thing I'm worried about when it comes to Infinity War is it has so many damn characters. How the hell are they going to balance all those? If they can balance all those characters and give them all good amounts of screen time and let them all have something cool to do, that movie could very well be the best superhero movie ever made. Or at least second best. For me, Dark Knight will probably always be number one, but that movie if they can balance all those characters with finally a good Marvel villain after Loki, or a great Marvel villain after Loki, I mean, that should be fucking awesome. But yeah, just for this year alone, DC's the winner this year in terms of quality. I can just tell looking at the Justice League trailer that it's going to have the same tone as Wonder Woman. They're going to give critics more of what they want with a balanced tone with these movies, like how Marvel does it. Marvel, yes, they're more lighthearted, but they're serious when they need to be. Whereas DC has just been nothing but dark, dark, dark. And they've not been tonal balanced. And I feel like with Wonder Woman and Justice League, they're going to be. Wonder Woman has already proven their tonal balance. This movie has the best. This movie is totally tonal balanced. Wonder Woman is. It's funny when it needs to be, dark when it needs to be, serious when it needs to be. It's got moments of levity to, remind you to have fun. And because it's a comic book movie. And critics like that. They eat that shit up. Personally, I don't need that. I'm perfectly fine with just having a movie that's dark from point A to point Z all the way through. But I can tell that DC is going to start moving in this style of Wonder Woman. It's been too much of a success for them not to be. And you can tell from the Justice League trailers that they're going to go tonal balance. Justice League, and I know I'm not trying to shit on DC or anything because I love DC and I'm a bigger DC fan than Marvel fan. But you can tell from the Justice League trailers that they've course corrected and they're going to go for the Wonder Woman tone that they have here. Yes, Justice League was always meant to be lighter, but how much lighter is the question. Either way, they've course corrected, and Justice League looks awesome. Personally, I would prefer if Justice League was darker like Batman vs. Superman. I would. But I do feel like they've done some correction here and they're going to start making all the movies very similar in tone to Wonder Woman. And I feel like that's going to please critics. Now, the real question for me is, can they keep the quality of Wonder Woman? If they can keep this quality up, of this script, I don't give a fuck about the tone. Make the tone whatever it should be for the movie. But if you can keep this quality of script up and not rush it like the other previous DC movies have slightly suffered from, even though I like them, they did have some script problems. If you can keep the script level up to this for Justice League and the rest of these movies, this franchise is going to be awesome. Because this movie kicks ass. I judge my movies from 1 to 4 stars. Wonder Woman, 4 stars. This has the best. It's the best movie of the DC universe so far. It is. I've really liked the other ones, but this one is the best in my opinion. If you like the movie, great. If you hate it, great. That's fine. We don't all like the same shit. But my overall opinion on the DC film universe is I've liked each movie, but I just feel like they've been rushing them too much to compete with Marvel. I do feel like DC has been a slight victim of trying to rush to compete with Marvel, like rushing these scripts out without fine-tuning them first. And I feel like this is the best script they've had so far. And even though if my prediction is right, if they're going to start fixing the movies to have tones similar to this film, Wonder Woman, then that will make these films more critic pleasers. But I don't give a shit about them pleasing critics. But if they can keep this level of script quality up and not rush the scripts anymore, like I feel like they have been doing, and start fine-tuning them like they've done this one, then I feel like DC is going to rock the house in terms of pleasing everybody instead of splitting everybody. If they can keep this script quality up, I feel like everybody will be pleased from now on. This movie, Wonder Woman, is my favorite DC film so far, and Justice League from the trailers looks to be even better, so I'm very excited. So I'll see you guys all again with the next review.